So I had the perfect opener because I jumped on here with Huddo and I couldn't hear him. And then I left the video streaming platform to try to, turn it off and on again and see what would happen. And I realized that my headphones weren't plugged into my mic. And I was like, that was pretty daft. But then, it turns out that only one of my headphones works, or only one of my ears work, and I can't really figure it out. But yeah, I mean, good job that only one of my ears work, because the noise out there in the bear market is deafening. Welcome to another episode, a special episode of NFT Game Day. We've got Huddo from Art by Huddo, and also a new kind of, newish kind of sports rewind series. But before that, let's do the throwback intro, because hey, why not?
I'm not the bubble. 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 I'm not the bubble.
It's great to finally have you here. We've been chatting for a while. You do some pretty cool builds inside the Uplift, and you also, I think, have a really cool NFT line. So for people who don't know, who is Huddo, and what do you do?
Thanks, Jimmy. Yeah, we've been chatting for a while, trying to get on. I guess I got started with the Uplift. Oh, it'd probably be a year ago now. Who knows how long ago it was. Started with Wax and did a little bit of a fun NFT line on Wax, the Art by Huddo 21. And it was just basically, I just started giving away NFTs on my Alien Worlds land, and it started from there. And then I just started drawing. My drawing got a bit better. So we started doing a few more different NFT lines, and yeah, just having some fun on Wax, and just recently gone to Solana with Sports Rewind. So I've been involved in sports all my life, and just, yeah, throwing a few different sporting heroes and different sporting NFTs out there.
Yeah, I like it. It's a pretty cool little series. You've got a bunch of different, images that you've put together. I guess I should probably show my screen. You can see some of them on the cover image that we put out. But let me just pull that up because I have a few here handy. I think it's this one here. All right. There you go. And yeah, it's a really cool little series that highlights a bunch of different moments in sport.
So I had a background playing baseball when I was a kid, and probably till about 10 years ago, I still played baseball. So all the baseball ones have been fun, and just Hulk Hogan and all different sporting stars. Michael Jordan, there's been plenty. Yeah, but the whole reason I sort of started the Sports Rewind, I had, I guess, a little bit of time where I couldn't draw. So I got what's called Ross River fever. I'm not sure if that's a fever that's worldwide, but in Australia it's from mosquito bites. So mosquito bit me, and yeah, I had all this inflammation and arthritis in my hands and feet, so I couldn't draw. So that's why I sort of started this. And 10% of all sales go to a sporting charity each month. So um, yeah, it's pretty cool to be able to give back a little bit to the community.
I like these a lot. The dynamic is pretty cool. Like I've definitely got some favorites. But yeah, I just think that the creative process that you went through with this was pretty cool. So yeah, like the Hulk Hogan one surprised me when I first saw it. I was like, dude, that's good. I really liked it. But there's a few good ones. I like the fact that you know are quite open with the things that you're covering. It. Notice you've got some sorry, I got taken back by that short skirt. I noticed that you got some. I noticed that you got some darts in there and some race cars in there as well. So it wasn't just you run of the mill.
Yeah, there's plenty of different sports. I grew up with sports all my life, so I will watch anything and love to watch everything. So throw it
True
all in
Aussie,
there.
essentially, is what you're saying.
What was that? Sorry.
You're true Aussie, essentially, is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I think like you guys all showed up as like criminals, right? But the only way that you get booted out is if you don't watch sports. That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true.
Pretty much.
Damn it! You're not a sports fan. Get out of our country. Yeah. No, I like it. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I mean, you mentioned that you were doing art before that. What kind of art did you do previous to Sports Rewind?
The art by Huddo range. I started off drawing maybe about, I'd say 18 months ago, and I just started doodling stuff, and that's sort of how it began. And then I got to learn wax a whole lot more, and I guess my process behind learning the wax chain and also Nifty and atomic hub was sort of the process, and it was a bit of a byproduct for me to learn all about the wax ecosystem.
Yeah, so we did a couple featured posts on a gallery or two that you did. I forget where it was now. I think it was over in Genesis,
the one behind you. Yeah, the one behind you in Genesis. That's the Friends of Huddo one. So there's plenty of different wax artists on there with their NFTs in there. That was a fun build. I did that one when I had COVID, so I had a bit of time, bit of downtime. So flogged that one out in about a week. And the other gallery is also in Genesis, Art by Huddo Gallery. That's with some of my NFTs. I can't think of the coordinates now. I think it's 2100. Oh, I've got it here. Yeah, not sure. Yeah, I can't find that one. I'm not sure the coordinates on that in Genesis, but I can definitely post it up later.
I think they might actually be on this. I think they might actually be on the bottom of this article here. But this is a really cool little. I thought this was a really cool little gallery that you put together. And like you said, it was a Friends of Huddo gallery where basically you took a bunch of various NFTs from people that you liked and you threw them up in your gallery.
It was good fun.
I just thought it was really interesting that you did that. So you've got some cool people that I expect and admire up there. So yeah, I really liked it a lot. So definitely go check that out. Now, I don't know what you're doing now, to be honest. I'm kind of next door to you. We're probably going to go in and check that out too. I wonder where I am.
I'm still building on the grandstand side of things, building a baseball stadium near your sky rail. So it's been a little bit bigger build than what I thought. So taking my time with it and
Yeah, I
plugging
mean
away.
it's pretty well done. I just gotta find out where I am here. I'm probably close to it. Yeah, I am. All right. So we'll go over there. I've been working on this, yeah, Skyrail thing for quite some time now. It's raining. Don't you love when it's raining? Because you can never find anything. All right. So the Gratitude Skyrail is this kind of area that I started working on that was essentially dedicated towards just connecting a bunch of regions, together. And so when we did the last kind of major, we did this like major liftoff event, and there was a bunch of places that were up for grabs around it, and you picked up, I think it was a 200 by 200 plot, if I'm not mistaken. Right there.
It's 100 by 100, I think.
100 by
Was
100. Yeah, it was
I
still
think it was
pretty.
100 by.
It's still pretty big though, and I was a pretty big fan. I mean,
Yeah, 100, 100. Took me forever to clear it.
yeah. So all right, I'm gonna jump on the rail. I'm almost there, and then we can ride up to it. Just
Definitely just a work in progress. It's been fun building it out. We've sort of got one side of the grandstand almost complete. It's got some underground tunnels for the players to go under. Still building out the dugouts and things like that. So been good.
Yeah, I was over there the other day, and it was like I was pretty impressed, and I screwed up because I really wanted to take it, but it was dark. I think there was a thunderstorm that was happening, and like there was a bunch of zombies out on the field, and it almost looked like they were playing baseball. Like it was really.
I tell you what, probably about half an hour ago, I just got done by a creeper, and it blew half the grandstand up. I was not happy with that.
Oh no. So yeah, so one of the proposals actually was about turning creeper damage off. One of our recent DAO proposals was about turning creeper damage off in Gratitude. In Gratitude, actually, it's got a higher we call it damage rate when it comes to a lot of things. Like it doesn't plug into the buildings, and in other servers per se, it doesn't damage. It'll damage you, but so. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, do you want to?
I'm all for that. Turn them off.
Turn them off. I think this is kind of it's interesting to see what people are saying. So there's a couple recent like proposals. I need to get my stuff together because I'm trying to put a DAO post together, but people just keep throwing proposals up there. So there was a couple recent proposals that came out that are quite interesting. Definitely go plug yourselves in to all that's going on over there. This is a little Japanese temple, actually, that's one of the best builders, in my opinion, in the Uplift just put up for me. So that was pretty cool. He's one of the people that's responsible for all of those. Towers at the various locations right next to spawn. But I like, honestly, dude, I was over here the other day, and this is like super impressive, right? Like what you're doing here with this, like this is really well done. I mean, it's kind of rainy, so maybe we'll have to come back and visit it after it stops raining. But I'm a pretty big fan of what this looks like. So we put this little station in here, so you'll be able to get to it. quite easily. This actually connects all the way to spawn right now. You can actually get all the way to spawn just on this station, which is pretty cool. So let's go do some gratitudes, and then
That Sky Rail goes forever.
I gotta get in there somehow. How am I gonna get in there? Get swimming. I know how I'll get in there. I went the wrong way. But yeah, so the other thing too is so Corey's in NFT, NYC NFT, New York this week. He's a little bit out of touch, but he sent me a message this morning. You're over on Solana. How closely do you follow the blockchain, or do you just mainly use it for putting up NFTs?
A little bit. A few different games that I play on Solana. I'm still learning all about the Solana chain. I'm pretty new to it. I guess Wax was my first home, and sort of learning the ins and outs of that with the NFTs and different games and things like that. So I'm probably only 3 months into Solana, so I'm still learning. It's always good to learn something new.
Well, I was a little bit shocked because the tweet that I saw this morning was one that basically stated that Solana has had a vote and they've blacklisted someone's account. They've taken control of someone's account because he's a whale and they don't want him to sell his tokens. I haven't dove very deeply into all of this.
No, I haven't. I didn't even see that one today. I haven't been on Twitter much today, so
yeah, this is pretty messed up. So I mean, of course, Corey tagged me because the project that I used to work for 3 years ago, I quit 2 years ago and I moved my tokens over to their new project, and then they wanted me to give them back at a set price, and I didn't want to do that. I said, I'm not just going to trust that you're going to pay me out over the next 3 years is what they wanted to do, and lock all my tokens up into a vesting contract that you control. So here's a third of it. You can start by paying those back, and then we'll go from there. And their response was to blacklist my account and take all of my tokens away, which is really fun. And these were worth a substantial amount as well. Like a corporation or a company that I kind of built, helped build, did this to me. So it's interesting because we keep going through this process where we keep saying, all of these corporations are great because they're awesome, because they're amazing, because they're diving into why don't I have any freaking signs? They're diving into decentralized finance in a way that decentralized applications in a way that like real world places can't. But yet it's all fake and it's all a lie. So it's weird because NFT New York is happening right now, and now I'm kind of curious on when we're going to start seeing limited NFTs recreated. When we're going to start seeing limited NFTs recreated when people start running out of money, because that's essentially what's happening, right?
Yeah.
With all these blockchains, which is a little bit weird, but yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I looked for my little rant there. I was looking for signs, but Jimmy D is grateful. To be here finally with Huddo of Sports Rewind. All right, there we go. What about you?
I'm grateful for the education system in Australia, for my kids.
I mean, as an educator, I can, definitely. As an educator, I can definitely, concur with the fact that you guys have it pretty good when you're looking at education. So, yeah, some of the top education systems in the world are there, which is quite nice. I'm from Canada. I think our education system is okay. I mean, I was in Hawaii teaching for a while, but yeah, I think that the way that they focus a lot more on arts in Australia, and also, they tend to have this kind of experiential learning experience. So
Yeah, absolutely. I just had a good meeting today with my youngest son's autistic, so he starts school. He starts kindergarten next year, so just had a good meeting with the educators about his progress and things like that. So it was good.
yeah, that I mean, it must be quite difficult, but I'm glad to hear that they're actually taking it seriously, because I think in a lot of places they don't, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to be in the game. All right, so it's officially stopped raining. So let's go check this out one more time.
All right, cool.
So why don't you talk about your process a little bit? What's your process like when you're creating these, right? Because like as you said, you used to, do drawing, but then you kind of put it into this, and now you have this process, and you've got all of these NFTs, but there aren't that many actually. There's a few, and so you have obviously a process to weed down the moments in history that you find valuable, or the ones that you think are most important. And I mean, in some cases you'll have a person, and you need to suss through and figure out what captures their idea the best. I thought the one that you threw up on Wayne Gretzky there was almost perfect, right? Because like, as good as he wasn't, I mean, he was a showboater on the ice, but like he wasn't really that big of a showboater, right? Like he wasn't like, out there like throwing his hands up in the air, like I'm awesome type of person, right? Like he just, he had his head down because he had protection, and he skated circles around every single person out there, right? And so I thought like the fact that you chose that image for him was quite amazing. So. Yeah, like what's your process for when you're picking these things to put into your
so obviously I've gone through different sports stars and things like that, people that have impacted my life, but also then it comes to different people may request their sporting hero, like so some of the mountain bikers have mentioned they wanted different athletes, and so finding images, and obviously finding images that I can get the rights to and things like that, and then going through the creating process with the AI generator, and that can be a little bit hit and miss. So one image might take you 2 or 3 goes to get it right, the other one might take 20 goes. So it's just a matter of going through all the different images and finding what style you want to go with. I mean, if you have a look on that Sports Rewind page, there's, probably 25 different styles of, generation, the AI generator in them. There's nothing that's really the same. So trying to create a little bit different each time, and I guess have people's sporting heroes to grab. Like for yourself, I did the lacrosse one for you, and people might want gymnastics or swimming or tennis or whatever they might want. You can send me a picture of your kid playing sport, and I can make that into an NFT or whatever it might be.
right.
But the
Yeah, and
whole,
so like you own all of the creative rights to these images as well, if I'm not mistaken, right?
yeah, So the process behind it, then if you wanted it, and getting a bit of an echo. So if you wanted to put that, your image onto a billboard or on your wall or whatever it might be, once you bought that NFT, you own that right to put it wherever you like.
I'm having problems here. Just a sec. Okay, that was really weird.
Gotcha.
So, sorry about that. That was really
That's okay. I've lost you again.
Okay, I'm gonna have to figure this one out later. But basically, I can tell you what just happened. Somehow, I saw the Rocket Gallery over in the comments.
Okay.
And he said, "Hey, why don't you come into my Uplift World Gallery over in Spatial and see what the live stream looks like from inside of the Spatial space?" And so that's what I did. I went into Spatial, and all of a sudden I saw you and me standing there talking on the screen in his Uplift World Spatial Gallery, which was pretty fascinating, but at the same time really confusing because I didn't know how to turn the volume off, so I was getting that double echo feedback. So it was really bizarre. Anyway,
that is very cool. The Spatial.
Right. Yeah. I think you were the one maybe who introduced me to Spatial, actually.
Yeah.
It might have been you. And I went over there and I played around with it. It's a really cool concept, actually, and anyone can create one for free. So I think you have a couple galleries over there as well, right?
I do. I haven't been over there for ages, so I haven't updated those. I need to get over there and do that and host a few events in there.
Yeah, it's a bit. So at first I thought it was really easy, but then after a while it started to get a bit complicated because to get the sizing and the spacing and to get it so it's actually sitting on the wall and then it gets a little bit confusing and stuff like that. So but I do like it, right? Like you can put live video streams there. You can have proximity audio, which is quite nice. We don't have those capacities yet in the Uplift world. But I mean, as a person who's been in it not that long, but like has done some pretty interesting galleries, and obviously you're invested enough to try to recreate a real life baseball stadium. Like, what's your take? How do you feel about the Uplift world? How do you feel about the transition to the DAO? How do you feel about the community? How do you feel about where we're headed and everything that's there, or something that's lacking? I kind of want to know that too.
I think with that, you're talking about the creepers before. I think that should be number one on the list. Get rid of the creepers. But no, I do like. I mean, I get on to chill out. It's my chill out time. I come on. I might even sometimes I take my laptop to when I do night shift, and if I've got a 20-minute, half-hour break, I'll jump on and just start mining. And so for me, it's all about chilling out and just relaxing. So I got different plots all over. I've got plots in nearly every world. So it's been a cool process. I do with the jump on with the community. I often probably catch up more on Twitter than jump into the Telegram and Discord. But yeah, going forward, keen to see the Ethereum. What's going to be going on with the Ethereum and going forward there?
Yeah, I'm kind of excited about that too. I know G-Kids are the same, but like that's me as well. Like I sometimes just breaking blocks, building a tunnel. It can be kind of a stress relief on its own because you just have this process where you can go, and take out the blocks, and your mind is kind of a little bit occupied, but like free to ponder something else, right?
Yeah.
But not too deeply. And I mean, I was in there the other day, not so far from where you were in the south. I kind of went there's a lagoon that's, you know, at a pretty good height. So I was able to create a tunnel under the lagoon, and you know, there's sand sitting on top. So when you break the bottom block, all the sand falls through, and then you can put a glass block up, which is pretty cool because like you get like 3 blocks of sand, you'll throw out 1 block of glass, and then you know you can fire the sand and make the glass, which is really good. And this is all fine and dandy until I decided I wanted to go left. And then I went left, and then I ran into this island, which was cool. But then I busted out the other side of this island, and like now it's just open, empty ocean. And it's like, oh man, like I kind of want to go through this ocean, but now I've got to like swim and bob, and I keep like having to come up for air, and I'm dying. And it's like, I got really stressed out. I'm like, I don't want to be stressed out. This is supposed to be my stress out time. This is supposed to be my chill out time, right? Like, so it's funny that resonates.
Yeah, it's usually the old headphones on, bit of music, chill out. Then my kids, I've got a little plot at Genesis where my kids play as well. So they'll jump on and build something. So it's fun to play with the kids as well.
I mean, I think a lot of people do that. My kids are a little bit too young to be doing this. The only thing that they really know, well, I mean, they know a little bit of NFT stuff because my daughter really likes the OXO monkey dance for some reason, right? Which is pretty funny. So G-Kid's in the comments. Now, I don't know if you've ever met G-Kid, but he's from your neck of the woods down there in New Zealand, just across the water. He's the committee lead for the building committee, and he's been playing around with some really interesting things, I think, in the Uplift world. And he just sent me this, and I'm going to show you because this is pretty cool. These are 3D box skins.
Cool.
Look at this. This is really cool, man. Yeah, and it's got like the Uplift, you know, DAO token on the back of it, and this is pretty awesome. So this is in I guess Sketchfab, but there's going to be a drop on Nifty Blocks. I'll drop it in the comments.
Yeah, cool.
Go and check it out. But I like things like this are really cool to me. So I'm kind of curious what you're going to do actually with your NFTs from the collection. Are you going to work them into the stadium somehow, or are you going to put
I am. So underneath the grandstand, there's a wall at the back that I'm going to blend them into. Also going to have a big scoreboard type setup, and probably have a couple of those and sort of adverts on the, I guess, the fences and things like that. I haven't thought too deeply into it, but there will definitely be my NFTs up there for sure.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. Like, so you made me a really cool 1-of-1. I'm stoked. It's sitting in my wallet. I'm gonna have to go out and get get that article done, because I've been thinking about doing an article. Now that we have this video, it'll be a lot easier for me, but on how to create a Phantom wallet and get into the Solana ecosystem. But I'm kind of excited to see them in the metaverse, because I think that the process that you do is really cool. However, I do have a couple more requests. I mean, you are next door to the pavilion, and think about more as a challenge rather than as a favor. Not for me, for the community. Put them out there, sell them, get some more money for the sports charities that you're giving to, because that's cool. But like, we need something cool like a kendo master or a or like sumo. Like a sumo one would be pretty. Like sumo one would be pretty slick, Like, and again, like I just think it's cool that you represent all of these different cultures across the board, right? Or potentially one of those like crazy, if we can find one, crazy like original bungee jumpers from Papua New Guinea that did it before bungee jumping or civilization was a sport. Like, I used to take the history of sport class in my university, and I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I like history and I like sport, but this guy would just read through his textbook the whole class, right? But I found out after that like history of sport can be really amazing, and I would love to see you showcase some of these deeper attributes like that.
Cool. I've written a couple of those down. I reckon the sumo one will be cool. Finding some images for that.
Yeah, people underestimate sumo, but like that stuff is intense, man. Like, there's one point in time in the year here where it's on the TV.
Tell you what, I haven't got yet, but I'm going to, is when I was in Canada, it was on the TV all the time, was curling. I haven't done a curling one. I reckon I've got to do that as well.
Yeah, I mean, a curling one would be really cool. Let's see. Does this work? Okay. Look at that. That's us on a live video screen in the spatial
That is cool.
space. That's pretty cool. I like it. And it actually played, which is pretty cool too. So, I mean, I'm glad to see you're here. I'm glad to see you're doing stuff. How are you, like, what's your journey in crypto like? Like, are you freaked out about the bear market? Are you looking forward to just being able to get heads down, grind, and build? Like,
yeah, I'm just same as normal. I sort of got in crypto about 2016, so that 2017, 18, I sort of learned a few lessons there, and like a lot of people did, and just learning to take some profit when I can. And right now it's all about building and keep playing the games. I'm playing the games, and we've seen Bitcoin bust through. I think got to 17.5 yesterday, and it's back up to 20. I don't sort of buy too much into it. I don't trade or anything like that, but trying to do a bit of dollar cost average while it's nice and low. But yeah, for me, I still trying to support some artists where I can. Anything I see that's cool on Wax. Right now, obviously, Wax is really cheap, so it's a good time to buy some cool bits and pieces that you see and like. So trying to support a few different artists.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Actually, I should probably do more in Wax. I've been trying to round up a few things in Ethereum that I'm a fan of, communities that I'm a fan of. So but it's hard, right? Like, it's hard to know, when it's going to pop again. I'm not really that worried, but like, I'm worried enough that I'm going to be a little bit careful. My problem was that at least 50% of the profits that I took were sitting in UST. That wasn't. I'm better off than a couple of my mates, though. A couple of my mates, they were yelling at me to diversify, and they diversified, but they diversified into the Terra ecosystem, which wasn't diversified at all. So like all their things were caught up, right? Like, we've got a long ways to go. Solana, again, I mean, probably 90% of the time, the news that's coming out of Solana is bullish as fuck, right? Like, it's amazing. It's a good blockchain. It's fast. It's cheap. It's easy to mint on. They've got great plugins. They've got great wallets. Once every couple of months, it goes down for 3 or 4 days, right? I mean, count it as a long weekend. And I mean, now apparently they're centralized enough that they've locked up their biggest whales account. We'll see how this plays out. But like, you know, every blockchain, it's the same thing, right? Like right now, I mean, gas fees are super low because nobody's using Ethereum because, you know, the market's in the shitter, right? So I don't know where we're going to be and when we're going to bounce out of this, but like I know that we're going to come back. So it really, once you go through, like you said, the second or third cycle, right, you kind of start to learn some lessons, and hopefully the next time you'll learn them a little bit better, right? So
yeah, I just try to switch off from it all a little bit and just stay in my own lane pretty much and go with it.
Well, and I think the best possible thing you can do in a bear market is build stuff, and you know you're building some pretty amazing stuff. So yeah. I would like to see one other thing from you too, like because you did this for me and I thought it was cool. I think one of my favorite things about what you do is that it is completely okay. Nobody steal this idea because it's really good. Jimmy has great ideas, and I like to give them to my friends. And if you steal them, I get pissed off. So this one's for Huddo because I like what he does. I think that this would be, you should do like a customized, like line as well. Like one of ones for people who order them, of professional athletes, and one of ones for people who order them of their kids playing sport. Right, because I would imagine that a lot of your charities, you know, are supporting children and, you know, athletes and stuff around, predominantly in Australia, but around the world as well. And so, like, can you imagine if instead of, you know, having a snapshot that's going to wear and fade, you know, they could plug that snapshot somehow into, you know, a Huddo Sports Rewind gallery and mint 10 NFTs to give to all of their little league team or something like that, right? Like I would love to see like a real world kind of use case for people to be able to put this, you know, on their radar and be able to get, you know, originals of their own that you would create in the image of what you're doing. So
very cool idea. I like it. In my community, people are able to send their requests through and do one-on-one. So all the Sports Rewind NFT series are one-of-ones, except for the NFT memberships. And
yeah, tell us a little bit about the memberships because we didn't talk about that yet.
Yeah, so it's just a way to. So the Sports Rewind NFTs that you get each month, 10% goes to charity. This month's charity is Surfing the Spectrum, so helping kids with autism learn to surf in Australia. And the other 10% goes to our holders. So if you're an NFT holder of Sports Rewind, there's a snapshot taken on the 23rd of each month, and then there's a Solana airdrop on the 25th. So if you're holding 3 NFTs, you get 3 shares of the Solana airdrops. So with the NFT memberships, you get double the rewards in real life items. So we've got a merch line coming out, and I also want to do got a few in real life events planned as well. So I can't give too much away with those because I haven't seen anybody do these with NFTs, so I can't let the cat out of the bag with that one. But yeah, so
well, definitely come back when it's ready and give us the scoop. So what you saw earlier on the screen there was your was your Discord. Maybe in the private chat you can drop an invite link to anyone who's tuned in that would like to join it, because it seems I don't have invite permissions. I didn't even know about your Discord until today. I do apologize for that. I didn't realize that was on screen. But yeah, private chat. There we go. I think.
Yeah, so I guess trying to reward people as well, and for the people that are holding, yeah, let them have a bit of the profits, I guess, from the sports rewind. So it's 10% on the first month. I actually gave out 20%, so it's a 10% minimum. So depending on, you know, I don't know. Last month I just gave 20%. That's just what it is. But 10% is the minimum that will go to holders. And then anything that's not claimed by the 23rd will roll over to the next month and be redivided amongst the holders.
So people with these memberships, they have to come in every month and they have to, actually physically claim it themselves. Yep. I like it. I like it because it keeps people coming back, and I think that's really important in the crypto and NFT space. And a lot of the holders that just
a lot of the early holders may not have known about the airdrops either. So at the moment, it's about a 50% claim rate. So that other 50% gets goes forward to next month. So all you have to do is go to the Solarland link, and all that's in our Discord. On the 23rd, we take a snapshot, and then on the 25th, you can claim.
Sweet. I like it. Yeah, I mean, these are really cool. Definitely. And like the fact that you're doing one-on-ones, I think is really impressive too. I think too many projects just jump in there and release way too many NFTs. And I think the one-of-one idea is really cool when you're looking at things like art. Me personally, anyway. I mean, I guess that the PFPs, a lot of them are one-of-ones. Well, they're all one-of-ones, but like they're basically the same thing over and over and over again, with just different parts interchanged. And I think there's not enough one-of-ones out there in the marketplace, and I think we need that. So
I've done a couple of I call them the all-stars, a couple of PFPs that I drew in the Sports Rewind series. So there's only been 2 of those so far. One we did a collab with an Aussie NFT mob called Hungry Ghost, and we did a collab with them, and that was pretty cool. Good to sort of support the other Aussie artists as well. There's quite a few on the Ethereum chain, so it's good to work with a couple of those.
How are you finding? So we do have a giveaway that we're going to give away here. It's a little bit. It's funny because we were talking about how we wanted to do it. And I think your comment. What was your comment? Something about the fact that, like, essentially, this isn't wax, so things are a little bit different, right?
Yeah, can't just put a claim link. So whoever is the winner, however you decide to do it, just they can send me a DM, or I can send it to your Solana wallet, or whatever you want to do.
All right. Well, this one's pretty cool. I don't actually know if people are going to get this, but let's try it this way. We could just give you the link, but we've given you enough hints throughout this video that you should be able to figure out where it is. And so what you need to do is you need to Jimmy D, and your Discord is you need to Kansai Crypto and Sports Rewinds and Art by Huddo on Twitter, and tell me or tell us what iconic moment in history this was. So on Twitter, what iconic moment in history was this? at Kanzai Crypto and at Sports Rewind.
I'm not a
And
soccer,
sorry.
I'm not a soccer fan or football, as most people will call it, but
I think this is right.
pretty
And
cool,
share
mate.
this video out. That's what I want you to do. What iconic, I think we got this right. This is you, right? What iconic sports person or moment tell us about this? And we'll give this away. And if we don't have a winner by tomorrow at this time, then I'll just figure out a different way to give it away. So that's awesome. Yeah, I like, and it's cool too. I like it. Like, this is something. So again, I think you might be in the wrong business. I'm glad you're in this business because it's really cool. But like, this is something that I kind of feel like should be on a T-shirt or
So my in real life events and products coming soon, jigsaw puzzles is going to be one of the ones that I'll be doing these on. So
that's very cool.
yeah, so jigsaw puzzles are going to be one of the first ones. Just yeah, all my kids enjoy doing puzzles and things, so I'm going to start and play around with a few things for them and go from there.
So do they help you with these at all in any way? Do they like come and you're like, okay, I got these 5. Which one should I give? And it's like, oh, Ella, we keep telling you that there's no unicorns in sports, right? Like,
no, not with these ones. We do have some drawing time. So my middle child was 10 on the weekend, as you can see the happy birthday sign in the background, and she's really good with the drawing. So tonight we sat down and drew. We actually drew on the iPads tonight. So a lot of the time we'll sit down and draw on paper, and she's really clever. And but tonight we drew on the iPads, and she drew a strawberry cow. So it was a cow with just, instead of the black and white, it was pink with strawberries all over it. And she's really clever with that sort of stuff. But I'm thinking on my Art by Huddo on wax, we're going to have a kids collab and throw out some NFTs with that, I think.
yeah,
Bit of
man,
fun.
I love that idea, and I definitely like a mate of mine that works over at Jenner EOS, his wife and his daughter, they were doing some weird animated art. That's all I'll say. But like, their whole idea was to make that into an NFT line, and I think honestly, like, I know the Rocket Gallery is here. He did the NFT Kids Gallery thing, right? Like, there's so much good kids art there. Like, why would you not want to showcase it as an NFT, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's good just to even, put it away, and I've got a little wax wallet for each of them that if they like something that's cool on wax, I've just been buying it and putting it in their wallet, and in 10 years' time, they'll open up and go, "What is this? What's that?" So,
right. And if you blend it right with like hands and a bucket, then you get a free mail order coupon for strawberry milk, right?
That's right.
I remember, like, the running joke in Canada was always like, chocolate milk comes from pound cows, right?
That's funny.
I like it. So.
Yeah, so my kids play around. They play around a bit with drawing and stuff, but yeah, not so much with the sports ones.
So again, go check out Sports Rewind NFT over on Twitter. Check out the link from the Twitter. You can follow it directly. magicden.io marketplace for Sports Rewind. You'll find the membership and all of the one-on-ones over there. And yeah, definitely keep your eye on the stadium that's going up next to the Gratitude circuit loop, because I think that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, hopefully it's a little bit quicker process than what it's been so far. I think I've sort of got my bearings with it now, so it'll be a bit of fun.
I mean, I can't believe that you did that. I was pretty blown away by it. Like, I was just like, dude, like, this is a sports stadium. It actually looks like a baseball field, right? Like, yeah, it's really well done, honestly. It's really cool. So, yeah. So come back again. Let us know what is in the works, because I'm excited to hear this thing that nobody's ever done before. It's always good. And I'm also, excited for an update. Like, it was really, like, honestly great to meet you. I've been talking to, Royal Dex created a gallery, and it's funny because he's in Canada and you're in Australia. And, he messaged me about a month ago. I was sitting in a park, and he's like, Jimmy, we got to get on, with Huddo. Like, we need to do a Twitter Spaces about artists, right? And it was one of those things that actually never came to pass. Maybe we can suss it out. It's a little bit difficult because, like, we're all in 3 different time zones. So, but I think, in about a month and a half's time, I'm going to be back in Canada. So we can probably work something out where we can just get on a Twitter Spaces and have like a show fest for NFTs. And I think that would be super fun. So,
yeah, he's got heaps of knowledge. Chat to him daily. Whether it's just making a joke or talking about different projects. Yeah, it'd be cool to hang out with that.
Yeah, like, and his gallery too is amazing. So, like, I would love to see you guys do a collab, somewhere in the Uplift as well. Like, both of you are fairly new to Minecraft, as was I. But I'm just, like, completely blown away by what you guys have been able to create. So let's leave you guys with that. Definitely go check out Sports Rewind, and come back tomorrow. We'll be here with Juan from Nifty Blocks. We're going to do a shop top on Nifty Blocks. And on Wednesday, I'll be here with our good friend Austin Linney. So again, Huddo, thanks for joining us. Sit back, relax, take in the show of the daily inspiration of the Huddo, the man, the legend, this guy right here.